We do not know how this highway use fee is going to impact trucking companies. We don't know how it's other than this additional tax. We don't know how it's going to impact other industries like food service and clothing and heating oil. We don't. We also don't know how much we're actually going to collect from this highway use fee. We've seen how this tax has been in other states. The good ranking member had mentioned that it was repealed in 20 states, and I would say that that shows us that it doesn't work, that it's not effective. We've seen the data in the state of New York, and the collection rate there maybe 35 to 50%, which isn't great. We know from folks who have testified that it is not that difficult to evade this tax. I don't think, and look, I am a big fan of the commissioner of DRS. I'm just not sure how DRS is really going to effectively collect this tax from, like I said, a trucking company in Pennsylvania. But I'll tell you who they're going to have an easy time collecting this tax from, and that's the hardworking men and women in the state of Connecticut who own trucking companies. We've seen this in New York. It's much easier to collect this tax from a New York company than it is from an out-of-state company. I don't need to tell everybody that Connecticut's a tiny little state. We have a lot of roads, but we're a tiny state. A lot of trucks come in and out of our state from other states, and this legislation, based on my understanding of it, will have a much greater impact on those Connecticut companies than they will with trucking companies that come through our state from other states. So I think with all of these unknowns, it is pretty unreasonable to be passing this legislation right now. I think we need more study on it. I think we need to know the impact it's going to have on these various industries. I think we need to know the impact it's going to have on our small businesses, on our bottom lines as individual residents of the state. We know it's failed, yet here we are passing what could be a failure. And I'm very concerned about that. I'm very concerned that in 5 years, we're going to look back and we're going to say, probably shouldn't have done that. And whenever you create a new tax like this, we really need to take our time. This is the first year I've seen this tax proposed, yet here we are jamming it through in an emergency certification bill because we want to try to get potentially $90 million out of these trucks, when the reality could be we'd be getting a lot less than that. And again, they would be primarily falling on Connecticut residents.